Hi, this is David Manny here. I'm doing the 1938 season, continuing this time with the National League with the Boston Bees. They were started to be the Bees around 1936, 1937, and they would continue till 1942 when they went back to being the Braves. They finished with a record of 77, 75, and 1. Remember that back then there was a 154 game season. Fifth place, manager was Casey Stengel. First one, we got 39 players who played that season. Tommy Rice, Kentucky, Dorothy Donnelly. Now, this is only for educational purposes only, no monetary gain. 38, Mike Bayless, or Bales, Massachusetts. High school, very interesting here, this guy. He was the first conscientious objector during World War II. He was a Jehovah's Witness. There were a lot of players who were conscientious objectors, but they didn't admit. They simply said, hey, I had a hearing problem, this problem, that problem. Most of them just simply didn't want to fight, and they told them, they used their religious objector status, work on a farm, stuff like that. So I think Larry Jansen was one of those guys as well. But a lot of the bios won't say that. But this guy was very honest about it, and I respect him for that. His wife was Ruth Nelson. 37, Art Kenny, Massachusetts. College, Yvonne Lorraine Ladeau. 36, Frank Gabler, High School, California. Barbara Muriel Benefield. Hiker Moran, New York State. Kathleen Waters. What was that? What this Moran's, the lady reporter sports she used to do for ABC. Well, heck. Kathleen Waters. Johnny Nigling, Iowa. Ruth B. Puglisa. 33, Art Dahl, Chicago. Ardith Stevens. I like their wives. They have such unusual names. Well, unusual to that time, I guess. Bill Weir. Grateful Dead. Maine, New Hampshire. College. Violet Evelyn McNamee. McNamee. Tom Early, Massachusetts. Nothing about him. Dick Erickson, New Jersey. Dorothy Victoria Foote. Ruth Celestine. 29, Johnny Lanning, Asheville College. Josephine Owen Messer. What related to Frank? Who was that famous broadcaster there? 28, Ira Hutchinson, Chicago. Eleanor Ruth Haverly. Lois Ann Bonema. Milt Schaffner, 27, that is. Texas, Janice Marie Gorman. Rogine Elizabeth Maxwell. Danny McFadden, Massachusetts High School. Marie Hasty. Lou Fett, Missouri College. Mary Lucille Green. Interesting, he was one of those rookies the year before who won 20 games. I forgot his teammate at this moment, but he'll come on a little bit. I think Lou Fett, Jim Turner, and Cliff Melton. So Jim Turner was his teammate. They won 20 games, and Cliff Melton of the Giants won 20 games. But they didn't win 20 games again, so they basically had short careers. Oh, here it is. Jim Turner, Tennessee High School. Annie Pauline Sanford, Ruth Anderson. So 24. 23, Bob Cale, Indiana. Evelyn Beatrice Riley. 22, Tom Kane, Chicago. Alice Louise Leake, Gertrude Walsh. 21, Butch Sutcliffe, Massachusetts. Didn't find any relations to Rick Sutcliffe. 20, Ralph McLeod, Massachusetts, high school. Barbara White. Joe Walsh, Boston. I think Joe was from Ohio, so hey, could be the possibility. So Eddie Mayo, Massachusetts, high school. Margaret Mary Hussey, Virginia M. Hussey. I think the wife died and he ended up marrying his sister. So both were widows. So. And I think Eddie was a manager at one point. So down the road, of course. Roy Johnson, not the writer, Oklahoma, then moved to Tacoma. High school, Helen Lucille Frazier. Yes, I think his brother Bob had alcohol problems, or he did. Both brothers were trying to help each other up. And then Bobby Rice, Reis, New York State. Gertrude May Snyder, 15. Johnny Riddle, South Carolina College. Dorothy Cutshaw. Jim Hitchcock, Alabama College. Dorothy Blauser Shockey. Let's see, is it Carl that I wrote down? Carl or Earl? I don't know. Maggart, Los Angeles. June Gore, Muriel Adelaide Vanderbeck. Well, I'll find out what this name. Usually K with a Carl here. Gil English, North Carolina High School. Ziola Bell Sykes. 11. Gene Moore, Texas High School. Gladys Marie Ryan. 10. Al Lopez, Tampa. Evelyn Connie. Yes, he was the eventual manager of the famous Cleveland Indians and the then Chicago White Sox. Debs Garms, Texas College, Hampton Golf. Well, Hampton Golf. And Debs Garms, so I don't know, maybe I did something opposite here. Gender bender kind of names roll there. Max West, Missouri, California High School. 7. Johnny Cooney, Rhode Island High School. Alice Marie Doherty. Well, one of related to Terry, one of my coworkers. Vince DiMaggio, San Francisco, one of the DiMaggio brothers between Dominic and Joe. Madeline Lena May Cristiani. So Vince DiMaggio here. For some reason, he was kicked out of marrying this girl, so by the whole family. Joe Strip, New Jersey. Elizabeth R. Rabbit Wursler, Ohio High School. Grace Moeller. I wonder if it's related to the folks at Moeller High School. Tony Susanello, New York State High School. Clara Caroselli. 2. L.B. Fletcher, Milton, Massachusetts High School. Martha Hanson. Ray Mueller, Pittsburgh, Kansas. Sarah Jane Pollock. It's like E-C-K. Ruth Swiller. Partner. Previously married, so there you have it. So there you have it for the 1938 Boston Bees.